Hello everyone, and welcome to my Another Brick Chimps Black Border Guide. This was made pretty quickly just because I have a bunch of other bigger projects in the works right now, so this is kind of a filler thing. And we also used the absolutely goated strat of MDOM plus Impale, because it's funny. First, just start off by placing Sada as bottom left as possible in this corner. Just at some point before round 11, place a druid right above Sada and set it to strong. Just do it at some point before round 11 and you should be fine. And then at some point soon, I guess just before 14 ideally, place a spike factory just as high as possible right here. And now, just get your druid straight to a druid of the jungle. You'll be able to afford druid of the jungle right on round 21. And also get hard thorns because we need it to pop lead, and we don't have anything else to do that yet, so this druid is just going to be our main lead popping for a while. And that is actually all that we have to do before round 40, but I'll just start placing these next few towers when we have the money. So, as I said earlier, just at some point before round 40, place an ice monkey about over here, just somewhere right here next to the pool, and not too far down. Just place an ice monkey there, and get it to a 030 Arctic Wind. This guy is just so we can make an ice platform, and place a village over here, just as right and as high as possible, so that the spike factory is still in the range. And then get it to discount. And then just at some point before 40, get that spike factory to a 320 spiked balls. You might have to use a Sada ability here if you'd like to, but it's not 100% required, so you can skip on it if you want to. And then get bigger range on your village, and place an alchemist right over here so that the only thing in its range is the spike factory. And you want this alch to be discounted. The reason why we don't want the Arctic Wind being in the Alch's range is so we can isolate the AMD buff onto just the Spike Factory. And get this Alch to a 301. And then on 43, just use a Leaping Sword to be safe. I don't think you need to, but it just works, I guess. And then get Jungle Drums on your village. Now we just save up quickly for Spiked Mines. Make sure to use a Leaping Sword on round 47. I'm pretty sure this one is required, so if you don't use it, there's a slight chance you die. In the middle of 49, get Spiked Mines. And now, all we have to do to complete our mid-game setup is buy the tower that we're building into. Which, first, we're going for the mob domination because it's much stronger than the Icicle Impale. Just place it right above the village and get it to a 024 mob press set to strong. And then once you buy that, there's literally not a single ability or anything you have to do until 76. So I'll see you then. I'm actually returning slightly earlier for 63 because the first wave of ceramics can seem a bit scary, but Spiked Mines is just that OP, so you shouldn't fear it in the slightest. Like, Sada will pop a bunch of these things to, like, greens and blues and stuff, but Spiked Mines kills the ceramics. You might want to use a sword charge, though. And then, for 64, same thing. You shouldn't die, but if you want to use an ability here, feel free to. So yeah, see you on 76 for real this time. Not even the almighty round 75 can stand up to our Sada, Moab Press, and Alk buffed Spiked Mines. I guess Spiked Mines is just that OP. But, yeah. Spiked Mines will absolutely wreck this round. You just have to believe in it. If you don't believe in it, you should still win. There's no magic here. If you believe in it or not, you still win. With no abilities. Which is pretty nice to see. And then on 76, just to be safe, sword charge it. That's all. On 78, also to be safe, we do want to use a sword charge on the first wave of ceramics. Not entirely required, but just do it to be 100% certain in this awesome strategy. And the second wave is completely fine because we have a massive stack of Spiked Mines. In the middle of 79, get Moab Domination and set it to first. And then just give it a 301 Alk buff. And now we'll start saving for the other tier 5 of this run. The Icicle Impale. But before we do that, we just want to get some quick DDTD camo, or a Cleansing Foam that we put slightly off the track, so it only hits the DDTs and not the actual Bloons. This works because DDTs have a surprisingly large hitbox, so just anything that touches it will do something to it, like the foam here. And yeah, just place an Ice Monkey right over here, as right as possible while still being in the range of the discount village, and just upgrade it to a 204 Icicles. And now let's just fast forward until we get Icicle Impale. So the setup can actually beat round 100 all by itself, but it's not entirely consistent and requires spamming some abilities that I don't really want to do. So you can buy a bunch of things to help with this round. There's a ton of money. You could buy like a whole mob eliminator, but personally here I just buy a first strike. I don't even time it, I just like use it at the beginning. So yeah, you could also use like a spike storm or something, but I would say a first strike is the easiest thing to use. Even the almighty round 98 cannot stand up to our incredible synergy between these two very strong tier 5s. Like, look at this. Impale is some crazy Ceram cleanup. Also, with the spare money, just buy whatever. Doesn't really matter. And here, I'm just going to use the first strike immediately and spam leaping swords. That's all I'm gonna do. Mob Domination and Sada already do pretty good bad damage on their own, but yeah. Icicle Impale doing something that isn't ceramic cleanup? Crazy. Unheard of. In this run, at least. So yeah, if you did everything right, and trust me, it's not a lot, you should now have your another brick black border with a very dumb meme strategy of mob domination and icicle impale. I hope this guide helped you out in some way. Have a nice rest of your day, and goodbye.